Welcome to another Petersburg By Night revamped production. The following is rated for mature audiences and may contain graphic themes that will be distressing to some viewers. As always, we recommend you ensure the safety and well-being of yourself and those around you at all times. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back, everybody. It's a pleasure to see you all here and revisiting our time, catching up with everybody after the insanely chaotic events of last week for the hunters down in Bradenton area. This is obviously St. Pete by Night, and welcome to our chaos. This evening, we're going to bring it in nice and chill and gentle and touch base with Nicholas. So indeed, the events of last session where you guys had to in an emergency extract a civilian from what was potentially a vampire den, haven, house. You guys did manage to deal with the vampire itself, and then the cleanup was dealt with by Deb. I'm assuming for Nicholas, this has left a lot of big thoughts and feelings regarding the situation, as he was often one of the ones that came in and did clean up afterwards, so it's odd being on the other end of the system for him. The next evening, I'm guessing after having a damn good sleep in, just catching up on all the insanity, and you find yourself heading down to one of the local beaches.
Yep, he is dressed very warmly. Being from Virginia, the Florida cold is not the same as his cold. So he's like, yeah, I could wear short sleeves and whatever. And yeah, he's just gonna go sit on the beach and enjoy the sound of the ocean, or the Gulf, because I believe the closest beach would be on the Gulf side, correct?
Yes.
If I remember correctly. Yeah.
So you wander on down to one of the, I'm guessing, quieter, more private beaches.
Yep.
And as you sort of step down, maybe taking your shoes off to walk in the sand, just reconnecting, take a seat down on the beach itself and just slowly start to meditate, focus on the sound of the waves. Is there anything in
Yeah.
particular that he would be doing?
He would, knowing that he killed what he believes to be a leech, he would activate Thwart.
Yep.
While he's sitting there, just as an extra layer of mental protection, so
Yep.
nothing can like sneak up on him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Could you give me your role for that, please? I believe it's intelligence occult.
Intelligence occult.
Is it?
Okay.
I believe it is, yes.
Okay. Cool.
And
Do I get my druidity specialty because the way that he invokes it is with prayer?
generally, no. Not with
Okay.
not with Thwart itself. That is more for research and knowledge and understanding of the religion rather than
Gotcha.
activating the religion itself. Now, I'm assuming that based on what occurred, this would be the start of Nicholas also slowly practicing how to improve his abilities.
Correct.
Very well. But yeah, so when you have made that roll, if you can let me know, please.
7 with the crit.
Not a problem in the world. That is quite a phenomenal roll for that. So while Nicholas is probably meditating, slowly learning to flex that mental muscle that is Thwart the Unnatural, learning slowly strengthening the skill, learning how to perhaps activate it without using the physical foci of his amulet. Pardon me. Sitting on the beach, the waves slowly coming in. It's a very quiet, calm night tonight. A little bit of moonlight, so you do have some sort of vision around you. If you could make a wits and awareness check for me, please.
Real quick.
Yes.
Are we back to full willpower and whatnot from the time lapse?
Yes.
Okay. I just needed to know for my sheet.
Yep.
1 success.
Okay. With one success, you don't notice the individual come pondering down the beach behind you. You're too caught up in your meditation and in fiddling around, so to speak, with your ability and trying to strengthen it that bit further. And you hear just a friendly voice pipe up behind you. It's a bit dangerous to be sitting on a beach all alone on a night like this.
Does he recognize the voice?
No.
He's not gonna turn and look. He's just gonna say, I guess I could say the same thing about you walking on the beach.
Definitely good. Definitely good. And an individual comes and sort of sits down probably about 15 foot away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Just directly off to the side of you.
Mm-hmm.
And she just sort of in the sort of almost the darkness, she looks like a fairly thin, like lithe sort of a figure, not very tall, not a lot of, you can't see a lot in the lighting that you do have.
Mm-hmm.
She just sort of sits, offers no threat, just calm. And turns to you and just goes, I like to come here to think sometimes.
Same. I grew up by the water, so it's always relaxing to be back by the water.
It's definitely a calm place amongst the chaos of everyday life, isn't it?
Absolutely. Seems like great minds think alike.
Great minds, maybe. Uh,
You said it was dangerous to be out here on a night like tonight. What you got? What's going on? I'm
Look,
relatively new in town.
it's Florida. Really? Do I need to say anything else?
It, no, not at all. But every night can't be that bad, can it?
Look, this is a weird place. A lot of strange things like to go bump in the night.
I think that's anywhere if you look hard enough.
I suppose. So, oh fellow random strange beachgoer, what brings you here to think about tonight? Penny for your thoughts? No, I don't offer change.
I just moved, so I've got a lot going on. And I miss home just a little bit, so I thought I'd come out by the water and, like I used to do, then enjoy it. It's a nice night out tonight. Not too cold. Definitely not like where I'm from anyway this time of year.
Yeah. Is home a long way for you?
Not really. What about you? Where do you call home?
She's going to turn and look sort of across the water a bit and just get an almost wistful look in her eye. And just... I haven't had a place to call home for a very long time. This is probably the closest I had for a long time. I like to come back here every now and then and just check in.
For sure. Do you do a lot of travel?
I used to. Kind of miss being on the road. Strange calmness about it.
Yeah, that's for sure. What do you do now? If you don't mind me asking.
You expect me to tell a random, albeit respectable looking gentleman what I do for a living while sitting on a beach at 10 o'clock at night?
That's fair. My apologies. And he smiles over at her.
No apologies needed. I'll leave you to your thoughts. It's, I didn't mean to crowd your beach.
Oh, you're fine. There's plenty of room.
She sort of gets up and dusts herself off, and as she does, as she goes to turn and walk off, she just goes, by the way, if you tuck it closer to your skin, you'll find it works better without your fingers on it. And she'll just walk off. As she walks off, you hear a whistle. And then a car door closes up on the parking lot as she drives off.
Well, this is his sort of internal monologue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was certainly not the weirdest thing that's happened since I've been in Florida. And was he fidgeting with his necklace?
Was he?
I mean, that would be the only thing he would think of she could be talking about, and I imagine he probably would have been fidgeting with it while he was talking. Just as like a fidget toy.
Mm-hmm. And practicing flexing the thought and whatnot prior. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Huh. There are weirder things that go on in Florida. I should know. And then he's gonna sit there for about another 30 minutes, just taking in the air and the night.
Hmm.
I don't know how bad the light pollution would be from like the road to the beach. Can I know you said he could see the moon, obviously, but can he see any stars?
There would be some stars visible, yes. There's not as much light pollution down in the sort of Bradenton West areas where the beaches are. Um,
Hmm.
it's actually quite nice down there when you do find a little secluded bit of beach. There's not a lot, but you would have found one.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah, he's just gonna lay back and stargaze for
yeah,
those 30 minutes since he can see the stars. I imagine he also would have brought a beach towel with him so to not get sand all in his longish hair.
of course.
And yeah, he's just gonna enjoy the next 30 minutes of peace and quiet.
Hmm. Those 30 minutes pass relatively calmly with no stress or any issues. As he heads back up to his car, I would like you to make me another wits and awareness check, please. Just having a look around as you come up to the car park.
We're gonna spend a point of willpower.
Okay.
One success.
Okay. You don't see anything of note as you hop back in your vehicle. Um, yeah. Drive home and get ready for the next day. After
Yep.
your beach visit, do you feel where are you going to go? You're going to head down to the Bishop Museum itself?
Yeah. He's gonna get one of those um like memberships, the $250 membership.
Mhm.
In case there's anything going on, he can get the whole cell there for like a get together or something like a social event. Um,
So, you're going to purchase a membership for the museum itself, and
Correct.
they give you obviously a big smile and thank you very much for the membership because it goes towards the different conservation um,
Hmm.
missions that they do. And then you are free to explore the area that you gain access to with that membership.
He's gonna go sit in the planetarium and see what they got going on in there just to kill time because he's probably like has work the next couple of days, so he's just really trying to be low key and chill.
It's more than capable of going and chilling out. It's probably potentially between sessions by the time he gets there.
Hmm.
They'd be advertising a couple of different shows, I believe, at the moment. Just having a look
Hmm.
around and probably go and enjoy one, and yeah, wouldn't be a major issue.
After that, Nick wants to go see the manatees, and that's how he'll end off his excursion at the museum. Is just spending the rest of the day with the manatee.
While you are sitting there and probably having a chat with a couple of the handlers and getting to understand how they work with the orphaned manatees. Obviously, being on the banks of the Manatee River, it's pretty obvious that they're going to work with the animals that are local. Um,
Right.
Having a chat and getting to know them, not that far away from where you are, crossing over, in his lab, in the safe house itself, we're going to go and check in with William, who has probably been head down, engrossed in these specimens that he was able to obtain. Now, where's William's head at today? What's he up to? Where is he?
So William has been over the past little bit trying to determine exactly what happened to the creature when it died to make it decompose and burn like paper. Because bodies aren't supposed to burn like paper,
Oh.
but it did. And I want to know why.
So, delving in, running the ashes and would you pare off maybe a slice or two of the bones? Or.
So the idea that I have had
Mhm.
is that he has basically grated off a small amount of the bone
Yep.
as into like a control sample, so
Yep.
it's in a vial on its own, and he's set up a couple of different solutions with a couple of different strong acids and bases, and seeing if they react like a normal bone would
Yeah.
um, in a couple of different vials, and trying to basically figure out what the chemical composition, if the chemical composition was changed
Yeah.
on top of the stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Yes, completely understood. You're literally going through and analyzing it from an almost molecular viewpoint, trying to gain an understanding of what is it that has adjusted it that caused it to act the way it did, which is completely
Yeah.
against the biology of everything that you've studied. Alright, so I'm going to get you to roll me intelligence plus science for the actual lab work itself. And then we're going to go to either an intelligence plus occult or academics with your library science. We'll have a conversation about that after your first roll. So intelligence plus science, and you've got the lab, the extra dot for the lab in the safe house.
Cool. That's what I was gonna ask.
You're in the safe house. You get your your lab bonus.
I probably am not getting my desperation for this.
Oh no. If there was obsession dice, 100% William would be getting one right now, but no. Please bear with us, folks. We are learning our wonderfully branded St. Pete by Night dice roller. Making the shift
That
over.
is, you know what? I'm going to use a willpower, despite the fact that that's a really good roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Let me know what your successes are, please.
That is 9 successes with a double crit.
With a double crit. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right. William. It is very rare that you hit a perfect groove. Over the course of the probably 1, if not 2 days post the event in the house where you guys were actually able to vanquish, exterminate this specimen, you are able to go through, and the testing and everything you're able to do is insane. The specimens, you get the perfect slices of that bone. Everything is reacting. You couldn't ask for a better result of anything that you are doing. Every test goes off exactly perfectly. Your hypothesis is on the mark. You feel like you've finally fully found your groove within this lab you've set up. Now, over the course of the day or two that you're working on this, it's really bizarre. All of the ashes that you were able to get look like average human cremains. There is actually no real molecular difference between normal human cremains and these. It literally appears like, I feel like one of the vials would have been from an area that was burnt, and one of the other vials was like a non-burnt ash section. The non-burnt section literally has the same appearance, and you find direct correlations between ancient or older archaeological finds. So it's all of the cells appear as if they've been pulled from a grave over a century old. It's not coming across as something that is a new thing. Every cell, every little tiny piece of carbon appears like it is over a century old. The slices of bone that you are able to get, they're cracked and withered and porous, the same as if a bone had been in a casket or even to a point out in the weather for over a century. Yet you watched this body disintegrate in front of you. You were aware of the life that it held within it prior to it being exterminated, for lack of a better term. There is no logical scientific evidence that you can find that explains the decomposition of it. There's nothing. The only thing that you get that looks remotely interesting is one of these finger bones. One of the finger structures you actually got your hands on had a break in it that appeared to have healed incorrectly. It matches evidence of medicine and the way they would set fingers or set broken bones, again, over a century ago. It does not appear to be set or used in such a way that would appear that it was actually done with modern medicine. Everything you are looking at appears to be from a body over 100 years dead. From an anthropological viewpoint, this is remarkable.
It's like a window into the past.
Very much so.
Fascinating.
I would also like you, please, to do an intelligence plus occult roll. And I will let you add your library to it.
Okay.
Because you have... pardon me. I left my book on the ground. Wrong place to put it. Because you do have the library edge with who they are. So I'd like you to make sure that we are rolling with and using that. Pull it up.
So does that make it an extra dice? So
You already have, if you are working on... So I need you to do your resolve, normally it would be your resolve in academics for your edge, but I'm going to allow you can either use your resolve or your intelligence for this, because you are also accessing the library within. I'm assuming you can use the library that Nicholas has delivered, if you would like.
So I need to activate. Okay, I need to activate my library edge. So I'll use resolve.
Resolve in academics to activate it.
Do I get my library science on that?
Not on the edge test.
Okay, fine by me. Five successes.
Amazing. Now, from those 5 successes, I'm also going to get you to give me, this is where your intelligence and academics with your library sciences, and the, Nicholas, please remind me, was it 1 or 2 dot library you brought in?
Let me, excuse me, let me look at the sheet.
My apologies, I have actually, that has slipped my brain and I'm not entirely sure where I put it. I have too many bits
It was a 1 dot library.
So I want you to add your library sciences and the extra 1 dot. So intelligence, academics, plus your library sciences, plus 1 dot of library, please, on top of that.
Cool, thank you.
Not a problem.
That, you know what? We're gonna again, despite the fact that this is a good roll, I'm gonna re-roll some failures because I have exactly the number. What just happened? Apparently, I can't re-roll failures right now. I don't know why. No, okay, it was the old one. Because I'm using the dice bot
Yes.
uh,
Again,
multiple times.
bear with us, folks. It's we're still getting used to this new bot. By the way, thank you, technology wizard, our amazing technology wizard Kari, who is also in control of creating our amazing SPbN By Night website. Go and check it out. What are we at?
That is 9 successes on a crit.
On fire. Kyrie, stop taking donations for bribes from players. Okay. 9 with a crit. This is a library that is well stocked. This is a library that is intended for occult use. There is a new respect for Nicholas in that he has managed to achieve somehow that which you have been misguidedly working towards in your youth. This is the collection that you were hoping to one day get your hands on. You spend the next day or two after your research cross-compiling different books, different resources. You come across 150-year-old, maybe a 150-year-old diary where someone speaks of finding something similar. Incidences of spontaneous combustion where people turn to ash that now you're realizing probably weren't that. They weren't that really interesting sort of fact where they speak about spontaneous combustion these days with the knowledge that it's actually just a human body being essentially a candle. This isn't that. This isn't leaving a fat residue behind. This is leaving ashes behind in the shape of a body from years and little tiny tidbits that show up in amongst all these books. You're starting to realize that this is quite a common incidence in some when it comes to a potentially vampiric individual dying. It almost appears as if they return to the age that they were. In some cases, there is still a part of a body or a mummified remains left. They don't completely ash rapidly. Sometimes they're gone and there's not even a skeleton left behind, and that appears to be the more older individuals. You are able, through your research, to learn that this is a normal decomposition. It just somehow the body was held in stasis for however long it took until you guys were able to pull it out of that position, basically. You also learn that fire is indeed a rapid way. It's almost as if they are additionally flammable, more so than your average human. You don't quite gain the knowledge of what causes that, but you do. The information that fire will work is solidified for William.
Whatever preserves them makes them interesting. Fascinating.
So over these couple of days where William's gaining these revelations, at different points I'm assuming Robert would stick his nose in because he's back from wherever he had gone. Probably refreshes the coffee, sticks a sandwich underneath William's nose. just to sort of make sure he stays partially cognizant. But at the end of a 2 to 3 day, almost obsessive research, do you think William would go home, or would he just pass out on the couch at the safe house?
He probably has passed out on the couch at the safe house. He doesn't go home a lot these days.
He's got too many things to do. So it's definitely probably a permanent blanket and a pillow on the couch. So we'll leave William having a good old snoozing off some research over the days. Probably passed out with one of Nicholas's books, just sort of like holding it there. Always like a comfort blanket.
At some point, Nicholas is going to go slip the book out from underneath him so he doesn't drool on it.
Of course. Of course. But on the other side of things, so while William is quite heavily engaged in processing the events through science and logic and research, there was one individual who was left in quite a traumatized state. And that was Lana. She was essentially abandoned in the house when she told Emery to run and go and take care of her sister. Essentially, that was her thought process. And then once you guys were able to get her out, you guys took her back, Ella and Emery, you took her back to the Airbnb, yes? So Ella, she curled up in bed and basically hid after showering for long enough to try and scrub as much off herself as she could. And curled up and just slept while you watched over her. Where's Ella's head at after that night?
Ella is very much in protector mode.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to keep Lana out of the office. So if she has to go in to take care of anything, she's going in because she knows Lana's not in the greatest headspace. She's doing anything Lana needs her to do right now.
Probably the first day, after a fitful sleep full of nightmares. That first day, Lana would probably get up, may not eat, drink a lot of coffee. Seems to be a habit you both share.
Mm-hmm.
She might ask you to go and get her laptop from the office.
Mm-hmm.
And then make a few phone calls and just put work on hold. Basically shut the private investigation business down until further notice. Claiming a family emergency.
Yep. Even better.
Hand off a few cases to other individuals to work on, so that way clients aren't left without results that they need for cases, court cases or whatever. There'd be one point, probably on the second day, where she'd sit down and probably be talking to you and just turn and look at you and go, look at bit of a crazy couple of days, huh?
Yeah, just a little.
And I don't know if we're going to get that holiday now. I blew it.
None of that is your fault.
A simple job, I was getting patterns, and that was supposed to be my last day. I blew it. I shouldn't have gone in.
Lana, look at me. None of that was your fault.
And she turns and looks at you, and the look in her eyes is just lost. She looks so confused and so lost right now. She's just... what the fuck even happened? It's like my brain shut down. I opened a fucking door. Then it felt like I was being sucked into an abyss. What fucking measure? What kind of... what the hell? What happened in there?
I'm not sure what you saw in there. Emery's saw something too, but I'm not sure. Sometimes the brain sees something that is so horrible and it processes trauma in a way that it just shuts down. And she's totally lying through her teeth right now.
Yep, I need a manipulation plus subterfuge, please. Mm-hmm.
That's a good pull for me. Oh boy. So how do I do this? Do I click reroll?
Mm-hmm. And then it should give you options.
Okay. 6.
She seems to accept what you're saying. She's been through shit. She knows how the brain works, and she definitely appears to fully accept your explanation for this. And she just looks at you and she goes, I'm supposed to be the boss here, remember? You don't need to fix this for me. I'll figure it out.
We're a team, remember?
Yeah, it was a great reminder that I'd never beat the team of pair of you two.
Yeah, well, sometimes I do need to rein my sister in.
I meant how well you guys can work together. Like, you got my ass out of there from whatever the hell it was. The fuck was that guy up to? What measure of twisted shit caused that smell?
I don't know, but I'm just glad we got out of there.
Oh, 100%. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna need time. Hell, I lost time in there.
I know.
It's not right.
However much time you need.
I think when she sort of sits up and puts her hand on your knee and just goes like, I'm gonna go make some lunch. Emery said something about wanting to kick your ass in the backyard again. I don't know.
Yeah, she's trying to get rid of my noodle arms.
Hey, I like your noodle arms. They're cute.
I'm glad someone does. She just kind of looks down.
Don't worry about it. Not strong enough to get me out. Don't let her beat you up too bad, yeah? And she'll give her a kiss on the forehead, and she's gonna head into the kitchen and sort of start pottering around.
Did she turn off my coffee pot?
It's alright, I got you. It's at about this time that I'm guessing Amory would stick her head in the door from the backyard.
You ready, noodle arms?
I hate you. Lana likes my noodle arms, and stop fucking with my coffee pot.
Oh, she likes you now, does she? Come on.
Fine.
So you two head out to the backyard of the Airbnb, where I'm assuming there's, a few dumbbells that I'm guessing Amory's probably picked up, a couple of wooden staffs, probably throws her a set of gloves or something. What is it you're going to try and teach your sister? Are you guys just going to spar, or what's the go? While you have a conversation about noodle arms and pretty ladies in the kitchen.
I will leave that up to Ella if she wants to attempt to get out of someone's grasp or defend herself.
Well, Deb kind of put me in the hole pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So you want to work on breaking your grapple, which means you want to work on your strength.
Yes.
So at the immediate decision that Ella has made, Emery will just grapple her, just full on.
You just gotta put your
Son of a bitch.
Put your sister in a headlock or pin her to the ground, or what are you doing? Are you gonna full on headlock a noogie, or what's happening here?
Ooh,
a full
the
sibling
noogie
rivalry happening?
No, I will do a proper hold on.
Okay.
So that means their body is close to mine, but in a way where they can't really struggle or try to get loose.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna ask for a strength and brawl from you, please, Emery, and I'm gonna let you choose either strength or dex, and you can choose brawl or athletics to get out of that, please, Ella.
I don't have any brawl, and my strength and dex is the same.
Well,
I'm squishy.
that's why you're training. What did you get, Emery?
2.
Oh. You can tell your sister's definitely going easy on you. She still pins you and sort of grabs you guys like, hey, come here, and spins you in. She's got you very well pinned in one spot. And over the course of the next sort of hour or two, you guys sort of train for a bit. Emery consistently showing that she does know what she's doing a lot more than Ella does. But you have the opportunity to pick up a few skills from this. During the sparring, is there anything you guys would be any banter or conversation had, maybe?
Ow, ow. All right. I give up.
Tell me I'm the best sister in the world.
Why?
Because when you have someone in the precarious position that I have you in, you want things.
Remind me again why we had to go in and get Lana.
I'm sorry, did you not want to save her?
Why did we have to go save her in the first place?
Because I made an executive decision, of which I was correct in, that there was danger in that house. So I went in, and she followed.
She's gonna growl. I fucking hate you.
I love you too. And I'll let go to the point where she probably falls forward.
Probably do.
Yeah, Dex an athletics check to catch your feet as Emery lets go of you.
Dex snap.
Yeah?
Okay. It's gonna be great, guys.
You're lucky that the grass is nice and soft in this backyard. You sort of hit the deck and you're like, oh, god damn it. Emery, do you at least offer to help her up?
I do. I will do the arm out for her to grab.
Yeah. At that point in time, I'd also like you both to make a wits and awareness check, please.
Okay. That's... That pool makes me feel better.
2 successes for memory.
4.
Emery's a little bit too busy gloating over kicking your butt and doesn't hear a car leaving out the front.
A car leave. She's gonna go into the house.
Mm-hmm.
Just go, okay, I'll follow.
Lana's sitting on the couch in the living room. There's an envelope on the coffee table in front of her.
Was someone just here?
She's gonna look up here and, yeah, you guys just missed Deb. She didn't want to talk to you lot.
How'd she even get in contact with you?
She's got my number. She was...
How?
What the shit?
I'm asking you just a genuine question. How did she get your contact?
I'm a private investigator. It's kind of what I do. I follow people, I track people, I pick up on people's habits. It's how I get paid. And she gestures towards the envelope on the table.
She still paid you.
With a bonus. Don't know if I want blood money though.
Money's money, no matter what kind it comes into.
Yeah, I don't know. I just doesn't feel right, you know. I didn't finish the job.
No, you did. You were there.
I was just supposed to hand over info about Phillips.
And things got worse, because sometimes that happens. Sometimes there are just bad people in the world.
That doesn't happen when my investigations don't get interrupted by civilians.
Well, with my now license, I'm technically not a civilian in this. I'm just new. And I had a hunch, and I was correct.
Emery, Emery.
I am simply just saying, you did the work.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I'm up a fucking second. What were you two doing there? That's a question no one's answered me. She's gonna look at Ella and go, I told you to stay the fuck away from this case.
Oh, we were on a different case that led us to that house.
Is your name Ella? Ella, what the fuck? How the fuck did you find me? And hold
not
up a fucking
wrong.
second. Different case? Did Deb hire you to do something else too? What the hell?
No, we were looking into something else.
So you weren't trying to find out what I was doing without you? Is that what you're telling me?
We were looking into something else, and we found out it was connected to the kid you were looking into.
Why didn't you just call me?
Because you made it pretty clear you didn't want me involved with anything to do with that kid or you.
Turns out my hunch was right, eh?
Kinda, yeah.
So did you guys actually see where they went?
What, the kid?
Yeah. Him or his fucking partner. Did you see where they went? Did you get any follow-up information whatsoever?
Deb took care of it. He's taking care of the kid. She's taking care of the partner. It's all taken care of. Why do you think she's paying you?
I don't know, because I did a week or two's worth of surveillance. Also, Ella, are you lying at all, or do you genuinely believe this? Because if you feel like she's lying at all, I want a manipulation subterfuge.
She believes Deb's taking care of the cleanup.
Uh-huh.
We took care of the kid, but she did take care of the ghoul, so.
She did, yeah. So,
Okay.
would the roll be?
Manipulation subterfuge, and would Emery be helping in this case? Pretty much, yeah.
Absolutely, except I don't have any subterfuge.
You just
So
all
I'm on my own
bravado.
again, okay.
She sort of looks at the pair of you like, what the hell?
4.
Again, she looks at Ella, still trusting but slightly suspicious look on her face. Gives Ella a look that she knows well. There'll be a conversation later when Emery's not around.
Damn it. She just re-rolled.
She'll go, alright, fine. Look, either way, I think I might need that holiday still. Really sorry, but I think I might need it on my own. I need some time, Al. It's too much. I need to think.
Okay.
Think you can try not to burn the business down for me for a week or two? I mean, everything's on hold for a bit, but there's a couple of things you could close up and at least finish out some of the invoicing and stuff that's Just keep it rolling over and keep it active. Do you think you can do that for me?
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, if you change your mind, you can always call me.
Of course. Like I wouldn't. You know that. She'll turn to Emery and just be like, do you think you can manage to keep her okay for a change? And not get yourself in shit?
Sure. I will also open up this place to you if you feel like you need a place to stay for a bit with some security. Also, would you like to know what we were actually looking for over there? Or you're just going to leave it?
Ella's going to look at her and just go with a look that says, don't you fucking dare.
You weren't just on a recon mission then?
Yes, we were. It was a recon mission.
Just
We weren't.
an assignment. See, I just assumed your stupid asses were following me. But we'll leave it at that.
It was a recon mission. We were looking for the kid.
Well, yeah, we were looking for the kid.
Okay.
Emery, can I talk to you for a second?
Okay.
Look, I'll leave you guys to it. I'm gonna go clear out a few things and organize a few things back at the office. I'll call you, yeah?
I'll talk to you later, Lana. I'm sorry about her.
Family's family, it's okay. She'll reach forward and pick up the envelope off the table and sort of ponder into the bedroom and go and collect up the couple of things that she has there. Sort of head on out.
She will walk her to the door and make sure she gets out without Emery interfering.
She'll give you a kiss goodbye, pointedly staring at Emery afterwards, and leave.
Yep. We'll kiss her goodbye.
As she leaves, she'll just be, check the bedside table, yeah? You guys earned it. And she'll go jump in, she would call it an Uber, jump in the Uber and drive off.
Quick turn at Emery. What the fuck were you thinking?
We had a reason to tell her what the case was. It had no supernatural things to it. We found 2 fucking dead people who were linked to this guy.
Are you fucking insane?
It gives her a reason as to why that shit happened to her. Otherwise, she's going to be questioning it.
No, we gave her a reason not to question anything.
No, we didn't. Because she's going to go and find out why the fuck she was feeling so bad. Why she felt like she was sucked into something. Because she fucking was.
I gave her a reason not to question anything.
Oh, but come on. You and I both know. No,
I had it under control.
No,
I had it under control. Yes, I did.
Do you want her to be like us?
No, that's the point. I don't want her to end up like us.
Give her a reasonable issue as to why it was that bad.
Emery, you are walking this fine line, and you are literally trying to drag Alana over it.
I'm trying to keep her out of this area.
No, you were literally about 2 seconds away from dragging her over it.
No. I was giving her a reason, a realistic reason, not a supernatural one, as to why that fucking shit happened to her. A serial killer who killed 2 guys who was probably about to kill her.
Why, yes, because that is going to be so good for her mental health.
It's better than the supernatural fucking fuckery happened, and I can't remember it, so I'm going to keep trying to remember it.
I would like you both to give me an intelligence occult roll. or intelligence, even insight. You can choose your pool.
Would my... I don't think my specialty would help, will it?
What's your specialty in this situation?
In insight, discerning lies?
No.
I didn't think so.
Let me know which roll you make, please.
What were the choices again? Sorry.
Intelligence occult or intelligence insight?
I rolled 0 and I did intelligence occult.
Okay. With a 0 roll, nothing sort of comes through for you. 3.
I got 3.
In the experience you had with your uncle, Ella, you would know that a majority of people, when faced with these situations, will often find a way to rationalize it of their own accord. So, given a majority of time, most people won't cross that line to actually try and figure out what it was. It's a fantastic human phenomenon where we will justify the weirdest of behaviors in order to not deal with something we're not ready to deal with. So, even with all the craziness, there is a good chance that Lana will be able to work through what's happened and rationalize it of her own accord. Did you use insight or occult?
Occult.
You would also, with 3 successes, realize that she bounced back really well, physically. She did well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go check the bedside table?
Yeah. She's gonna go check their bedside table.
The entire envelope is sitting there.
Okay.
Inside the
Ella's gonna
envelope
put that in her...
is $15,000. And an invoice that says paid with a handwritten bonus included, because it was a $10,000 invoice.
Mm-hmm.
It says bonus included, $5,000 handwritten on there.
Is there anything else written on it?
Nope.
Okay.
So you currently have $15,000 at your disposal.
I do. And Ella's gonna put that in her bag. And she's not gonna say a word. And she's gonna go back out to Emery. I don't know how much you know about how people react to things like this. Specifically, vampires. And the way... Yeah, 0.
Not with 0. You don't recall.
They will literally try and rationalize every possible outcome that does not equate to what they saw. Lana will work through this.
And what happens if she's, let's call her a 1%er like us?
Well, if she's a 1%er like us, I would equate that to you trying to drag her over the edge.
The event itself would have been what would have awoken her. Not me trying to rationalize with her a real life scenario.
Were you going to rationalize a real life scenario?
I'm sorry, there were 2 fucking dead people in a field. Yes!
For all of this
That guy could have easily have just been a killer.
Ah, yes, easily been a killer. I took her out the back. She didn't see that.
for all these conversations, by the end of it, would there be a possibility of you making a phone call to your uncle through all of this, Ella, to maybe get some advice? Ella or Emery?
Ella wanted to talk to Brian at some point.
Okay. Would you call him now with both of you there?
Yeah, she doesn't care.
No. So you give him a call?
Yeah, she'll just give him a call, see where he is in the world. If he's still where they left him.
So get a, hey, what's up, kiddo?
Hey, Uncle Brian, where are you at?
Next question. What's going on?
Rude.
That's not ominous.
Ah, come off it. I'm working. Don't worry about it. What's going on?
What's going on? Well, we killed, a leech.
Shit, eh? You finally deal with the ex.
I wish it was that bitch.
Ah, not that lucky?
Mm-mm.
See, alright, cool. How's your sister going? She's still upright?
I'm here, Uncle Brian.
Hey, kiddo, what's going on?
She's being a pain in my ass.
Good to see something.
I made a decision.
Yeah, she made a decision, and she will go right into the whole fucking story.
He will listen and just making all of the, applicable uncle-style noises of, oh, shit, really? At the end of it, he'll just sort of like go, huh. Sounds like you got a good crew.
Yeah, they're alright. William's got, I'm not sure about William, actually. I don't know. He gives me a vibe. I'm not sure what the vibe is yet, but he's got a vibe.
You know, I worked with a guy like him once before. He's, they're a bit odd, but I tell you what, some of the methods of doing things, they can come in handy. They think outside the box, and sometimes you need that. It's kind of cool.
I mean, it did kind of come in handy. Not gonna lie.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Tell me
drawing and sketching something in the middle of combat is not exactly. I don't know.
Tell me the fire thing did not come in handy.
Whoa. Well, girls, come on. Like, what? Shit, you calling to brag or you calling for advice here? I don't have all day. Like, but don't get me wrong, I'm proud of
Okay.
you. I'm very proud of you. Don't get me wrong.
The advice thing.
Yeah.
Is Emery a fucking idiot or not?
Oh my god.
Look, you guys share genetics, so I wouldn't be getting too picky, girl.
She almost said something and she didn't want it. In your humble opinion, Uncle Brian, did she put Lana in danger like I think she did or not?
Weren't you going in the house too?
I was trying to avoid that.
Ah, but hear me out. What I'm hearing is some other potential operative is the only reason you weren't in there with him.
Thank you.
Somebody had to go busting doors.
Why was she there in the first place? Why did she bring a civilian with her?
I don't know. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't getting killed.
No,
All I did was go into the house, and the next thing I knew, Lana was there.
They weren't gonna go in.
Whoa,
They were literally just sitting there.
Were you going in too, Ella?
No, I wasn't gonna go in at all. They were literally just there to do surveillance.
You said this chick got a hold of you and dragged you away from the house. So you were going in.
Right.
So what's the difference? Either way, you take a bitch fight about this in your own time. Is it actual advice you need from me? Or am I just here talking shit? If I wanted to listen to a bitch fight, I'd go down to the bar. You know, maybe buy the wrong person a drink and just watch the shit fly.
Well, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Also, and she's gonna tell them all about, like, what they saw, because Ella's gonna be like, I've never seen, like, a vampire who could do this, and name off all the things it could do. Have you seen that before?
Yeah, I have actually.
Really?
Kinda interesting. What the fuck is when they disappear? That's scary.
That is scary. She's gonna remember back to, you know,
I got a
bitch.
question. You said that that the door, they opened the door and it like a tripwire? Was it Em?
kind of. Right, Em? You said Lana just started screaming.
Well, yeah, it was. We got like a burst of just like rotten death smell.
Ugh.
We step in, and the next thing I know, Lana is writhing on the floor, screaming in pain, telling me to run.
Huh.
And it seems like she doesn't necessarily remember that part.
It's probably a good thing. Do
Why?
yourselves a
What do you
favour.
think it is?
Go have a look around a couple of occult shops in the area. Alright, I want you to have a really close look. See if any of them have got any night events. You might be dealing with some of these fuckers that like to dabble in the spooky dooky hoobly doobly shit. Look out for any, I don't know, signs or symbols. Let me know if you find anything. Alright?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'll leave you be. And you hear at the end of the line almost a muffled female voice. I gotta go, guys. I'll talk to you later, yeah? Alright, sweethearts. Love you, girls. Bye. Chunk.
Did Ella recognize the voice?
Wits and awareness.
God damn it. It is. Motherfucker, I need to put more into that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm re-rolling.
Okay,
I got 2.
thank you.
I got 4.
Neither of you recognize the voice? But Ella, it's not out of the ordinary for your uncle to be in a random person's bed.
Ah, that dirty frickin'.
After the phone call, probably in a day or two, Emery, you had someone you wanted to contact.
Sure did.
So
I'm gonna make sure it's in a private location.
Okay. So at some point over the next couple of days, you probably either head out front or maybe jump in the car and bugger off somewhere for a little bit and make a phone call.
No, I'm not gonna take the car again because the last time I did that, I got bitched out. So,
Alright. It's easy for you to find somewhere relatively quiet when Ella goes off to go and check on the business for Lana.
Mhm.
What are the phone calls you're going to make? Who are you calling? What are we doing?
I am going to first call Janet.
Yep. So you pull out the card that she gave you. And call the number. And you hear her. Andrews?
Gaines.
Well, hello. It's been a while.
Sure has.
You finally ready to take that offer I laid out for you?
Not yet. I actually called for some advice.
Oh, this is new. I thought you knew it all.
I'm in the Bradenton, Florida area. And a group and I came across a supernatural. And unfortunately, a civilian was caught in the crossfires of it. She doesn't seem to have much recollection or memory of the severe parts of it, but I'm worried that she will retain something.
Okay. Were they physically injured?
Debatable. I'm unsure.
Not like you to have that many casualties behind you. Thought you left those days behind you. Left it back over.
I am just trying to attempt to make sure that this person doesn't become something that she shouldn't be.
If you're really worried, you can always bring her in.
No, that's I'm good on that front. I just need some tactics, maybe some advice on how to continue the facade that what she saw was normal. Or to not look into the things that she's forgetting.
Lean into the simple details. Sounds like you're overcomplicating it.
Okay.
Where'd you say you were again?
Bradenton, Florida.
Interesting. What you doing down there, Emery?
Making a name.
Well, if you want an extra acronym to add to the end of the name, you know who to call.
I'm still thinking
Pays
about
good.
it. It's true. I'll let you know. Thank you again.
It's alright. Keep me posted, yeah? It sounds like there's a bit of a hot spot hanging around, is there?
So far.
Well, I'll let you know this. From what I know, keep your eyes peeled on the nightclubs. That area's
Interesting.
got a few hot spots, a few pubs, a couple of businesses that are very interesting as well. So just keep your eyes peeled on that one, yeah?
Noted.
A few people are a bit
Thank
too
you.
successful.
Noted.
Wonderful. If you need anything, hit up Biotech. There are contacts down there. And
Okay.
she'll relay off a number to you.
I will
everything?
thank her and then hang up.
Yep.
And then I will call Rufus.
Remind me where Rufus would be again.
So I left that up in the air as he is one of the surviving members of the platoon.
Okay. Yep.
So I would call him up.
It would ring out and go to an answering machine. I'd go through the voice message and just be like, you know what to do. I'll call you if you matter. Do you leave a message?
Yep. I'm gonna go, Rufus, my man. I'm looking for some ammunition, and you're usually the one who can usually get it for me. So I'm looking for some incendiary rounds. Think you can get it to me? Give me a call.
Probably about 5 minutes, if that, after you hang up, you get a call back from a private number. Do you answer it?
Yep.
Bitch, it's been too long.
Sure has.
Good to know you've slipped into civil life and forgotten all your bloody work. Dude, leave a better voice message next time, yeah? I can get you what you need, but where the fuck am I sending it to?
Bradenton, Florida. And then I'll give the actual address to the Airbnb.
Woof, holidays. Nice. Who's the pretty one? Who is it? Who is it? You got a piece of towel down there yet or what?
No one yet.
Dude, we gotta have faith in one of us.
I get it where I want it, first of all.
Yeah, righto, righto. Pull the other one.
Yeah.
How you holding up anyway?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, for returning back to life is still a struggle, but I'm working on it best I can.
Tell me about it, man. Like, shit. If only they give us a bit more help, eh? Might be helpful.
Yeah.
You know.
Well.
Oh, look. Give me a couple of days, yeah.
All right.
It's gonna be a bit of a drive, I'm not gonna lie.
Fair enough.
Might be worth catching up, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck
Been
yeah,
a while.
nice. Give me a week. Give me a week or two, yeah? I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Will do.
He'll hang up. It's been a while since you've heard his voice. How do you think that's sitting with her?
I don't think she would take it well.
Yeah.
The last time she really had a contact with him was probably recovering from the incident that happened,
Yeah.
knowing that the majority of her platoon is wiped out and there were only 3 survivors.
Yeah.
Makes her kind of think about the other survivor as well, but she'll kind of leave that for later.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it with that thought, and we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll probably meet up with everybody back at the museum, I suppose. So everyone take 5. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that little intermission. Maybe acquired some refreshments, stretched. We definitely stretched a few muscles, I believe, in the break. So, we are going to come back in. We're going to come in and we're going to find ourselves on a Monday afternoon at the Orange Blossom Cafe. Little place not that far from the museum. Victor, probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You'd be coming close to the end of your shift. Where are you at? It's been a rough couple of weeks, and where do you feel Victor's head would have been at after the events of the other night?
It's a mix of belief, because everything was going right after all, and I think a little, how to say it, a little bit of stress to actually start gnawing on his tummy, basically, because we did a lot this time.
Yeah.
Everything was going ablaze before the boys came in, and we handled the situation maybe too well. It's not every operation, even in the army, go everything like the plan, and it doesn't trust Deb. So when she said, "Yeah, I'm going to take care of it. I will owe you that," and stuff like that, he will not believe that 1 second. He's going to look at the news, look at the papers, anything on Reddit, everything on social media, just to find if someone has seen us. Just have a description of us.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were really emotionally invested in that operation. And a person carrying a hurt person is actually something you cannot hide really easily. So,
Intelligence technology, please.
it will be intelligence then.
Okay.
I'm going to reroll that.
Okay.
Spend a willpower. 1 success.
You don't find any mention of anyone. There's no descriptors, there doesn't seem to be a footprint left in any of the media that you're able to access. There's nothing in the Tampa Bay Times, there's nothing on Facebook, nothing on Reddit that you find. You do find some rather interesting "Am I the Asshole" posts on Reddit. Maybe you get a bit distracted on there. You know, pro-revenge, they're kind of fun to read. You get a little bit distracted. You don't really find anything though. It looks pretty clear. So, the end of this shift, you gonna just head over to the safe house, or?
Yeah, I'm going to pay for coffee, and because I'm not gonna, I try to blend in. I'm not just going to steal the small coffee shop. I know everything is going to meet. Everyone is going to meet at the cell. So I'm taking
Everyone's coffee
what
orders? Yeah.
Yeah. I think Victor knows about Emory and Ella.
Yeah.
Nicholas told him. I'm not sure of it right now, but I think William didn't say anything about the coffee.
I would think by
Not sure.
now, after the last couple of months with William and Emery and Ella, you'd probably have their coffee orders down, no doubt. So it's quite easy for you. The owner's used to it. They're just like, yeah, no problems, you know. And they head on down. You make the coffee and you head over to the museum.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to try and find William. If I can.
He would be
First.
very easy to locate at this time of day. Do you think he would have been passed out on the couch, or do you think he'd be poring over another book right at 2 PM, William?
2 PM. William's a little bit of a night owl, so he probably would be passed out on the couch right now.
So you walk into William passed out, flat on his back, snoring his head off on the couch. One of the couches in the safe house.
He's going to put one coffee in front of where he sleep. William, wake up. Coffee.
Coffee.
I need you for something, if that's okay.
Of course.
Coffee first.
What is it, my friend?
I looked up if Deb covered our tracks or in our little operation last week,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I didn't find anything, but I know you were versed, in technology and stuff like that. Can you check also again, please?
I mean, if you
Just-
didn't find anything, it's probably fine. I mean, I might find something in the Arcanum files. Should probably check the Arcanum files.
Do you trust Deb? I don't, personally. And I mean, she messed up once, bringing a civilian into a leech house.
I mean,
Please?
she brought a civilian into a house with a leech because that civilian was a well-trained and highly skilled private investigator.
I know.
By all intents and purposes, it seems like she knows what she's doing. I would say that she's likely covered the tracks well, and I trust her to do so. For now.
Yeah, I'm just nervous. I just don't want us, our face in the fucking news. If that's okay.
We'll be fine.
Emery and Ella, you guys would probably be the next ones to ponder on in. So you might ponder in hearing this. About your
Did we
faces
hear
being-
all of that or just the end of it?
End of it, faces on the news, things like that.
Okay. One of those mine?
Yeah, espresso shots like you ordered.
Yee. Coffee.
Yeah, Marie.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good
Morning, thank
afternoon.
you.
2 o'clock
I'm
in the
looking
afternoon, sure.
at William when I see that. Yeah.
Morning.
It is a good evening.
So, how was Lana?
She's taking some time to herself.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Doesn't seem to know anything though, so I think we're okay.
Okay. I mean, I believe that you covered our tracks as well. On her end, she seems to trust you. So.
Yeah, she's okay.
Nick, what time do you think you'd walk in? I'm guessing probably from a morning to early arvo shift at the store you've been working at.
You'd probably get there. Let's see. Victor got off at 2, right?
Yeah, so it'd be about 2:30ish maybe.
Okay, I'd imagine Nick would probably get off about 5 because that's usually how those stores operate. If they do late night hours, they operate on a standard 8-hour kind of shift schedule. So he would probably get there a couple hours later.
So-
He's dressed in what he has on. He's got his tattoos showing off on his arms.
So while you four have sort of been pottering around the safe house, what do you reckon you'd be doing for the couple of hours waiting for Nick?
Well, now that I'm awake, back to research.
Emery rolls her eyes very hard.
Yeah. And how are you two? You've been a bit shaken by all of that, especially you, Emery.
Eh. Comes with the territory.
Yeah. I mean,
She's
we
her
don't walk on a
usual
booby trap
self.
every day. Sorry.
That's true.
She's her usual self.
And for you? You okay?
Peachy.
Yeah, makes sense.
She's still a little grumpy. It's okay.
She's just gonna roll her eyes, go in a corner, and start taking apart her gun, cleaning it.
Emery
mean,
would suggest to Victor, would you like to play some billiards while we wait?
Yeah, sure. Just checking on you. Just, I mean, she's not. I'm going to. Victor is going to look at Emory. She's not used to that, and looking sideways to Ella, to those kind of things like operation and stuff like that. It's not like if you feel that's a waste or a loss, it's not like that. We actually did good right back, I think.
I agree.
No one's been hurt, and that's the most important thing. We did the job, and that's it.
I'd like both Victor and Emery to just roll a d10 for me, please. Let's see who wins the most amount of games that you're playing while you're waiting for Nick to turn up. 1d10, just let me know what you get, please.
Seven.
Six.
Emery narrowly keeps the lead in the game of billiards this afternoon. You come close, but she probably by the time Nick turns out, probably played at least 3 or 4 games. She's definitely won most of them tonight. Definitely, a bit of a swagger to the stride, sort of owning the table for the evening. Nick, you walk into Ella putting together the last couple of bits of a potentially very clean handgun. And just as Emery sinks the final ball, win that last final round against Victor on the table.
Got me again. I will get you next time.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure you will.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Victor. Hey, Emery. Hey, Ella. Where's
Hey.
William?
Studying.
Science.
Nick is gonna go knock on the door to the lab.
Your coffee's on the table.
Thank you.
It's cold by now. Yeah, it still tastes good.
Nick's prefers cold coffee anyway. He's gonna
Drink it
knock on the door.
before I get it.
He's gonna go back before he knocks on the door because he wants the coffee because he had a long day at work. He's gonna go grab the coffee, sip it, put it back down, and go knock on the door.
Nicholas, you're here!
Hi. Yeah, I had to work today, buddy. You doing okay?
Vampires are real!
Did you grab him like you motioned?
Yes.
Nicholas about falls over onto William.
You were right! Vampires are real!
Nicholas is trying very hard to keep his balance.
I'd like a wits and insight from Nicholas, actually, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. You guys hear William declare this very loudly to Nicholas.
Vic is actually smiling at that.
I mean, you guys did. He did burn the thing in there. In the house.
I read a book about it.
Did I get it? Did I end up? Okay, I got 6 with crit. Cool, and I did spend a willpower.
Okay, William is extremely ecstatic, a little bit manic, but definitely very proud of the work that he's done right now. Is there anything else hidden underneath that layer of craziness that you would like to share with a very good roll like that?
Extreme shock.
Yeah.
A bit of panic. Because if vampires are real, who knows what else is real? I mean, La Celestina existed, and that implied that other vampires might exist, but it was also a weird thing that didn't really make sense with a bunch of the vampiric lore that he read about. But now we have evidence that a real vampire existed, and it's insane, and you would be able to pick all that up.
Yeah. Yeah, so Nick, this is what you see, buddy.
He is just trying so hard not to fall over as he's being violently shaken. Shaken Nicholas syndrome over here from William. Hardcore. He's trying not to fall over because he is not the most graceful at staying on his feet.
Nope.
And he can't even absorb half of what William's saying because he's yelling in his face when he's right like 2 inches from him. And yeah. So he's just like, and then he's going to say, after a minute of letting William ramble on, I just only came in here to apologize for the other night when I left the safe house because I was being a bitch and that wasn't okay.
Oh, that's fine. Do you want to see the bones?
Yes, actually, I do want to see the bones.
This way!
He's going to go in there.
He drags you in and he shows you all of the different data and all of the different slides that he's created and, you know, the porous cracked age bones and all of the evidence and basically, I don't know how much William would ramble at Nicholas about, but he's not being quiet about it, so the rest of you would be able to hear all of this.
Going to listen.
With what? Is William gonna say all of the stuff that he learned in his research? Is this what he's rattling off to Nicholas?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. He's gonna activate his artifact to get the +3 to his occult.
Okay, give me your artifact edge test, please.
Composure occult.
Yep, I believe. As always, folks, I will double check things in the book to ensure that we are doing things correctly. Intelligence occult.
Okay. Still a good pool.
Yes.
Difficulty 4?
Yes. To empower it, yes.
4 right on the dot.
Ooh, lucky duck. All right, you get the 3 extra dice. What are you doing?
He's gonna try to help William out with the research bit. So he is going to rack his brain for the occult aspect because I think by this point he is picked up on. He is the occult guru. William is the biology, science, actual like material, for lack of a better word, person. So he's going to aid some of his knowledge for William to hopefully make things make a little more sense from a supernatural, metaphysical perspective.
Okay, in that case, I need an intelligence occult roll from you, and you're going to get your boost to it.
Cool.
What are the other three of you up to? Just watching the nerds work, or what?
Yeah, I think Ella would get interested in what they're doing with the vampire bones.
Emery would follow Ella.
Like, oh, what's going on in here? Sort of nosy thing
Yeah.
happening from the door. Yeah.
Just kind of wondering.
You all good over there, Nick? What's the matter?
Boo. I got 3 and I spent willpower on a
Oh.
big pool.
Just remember, you can always take half. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I was trying to crit though, Cole.
I'm aware. Okay, so with 3 and with the evidence already passed out in front of you, William's done a lot of the background work with the books and everything. You can basically confirm his findings. There is a bit of additional information that you can sort of pull at this point in time that gives you the understanding that it is definitively a supernatural spark, for lack of a better term, that keeps them alive, or that almost puts them in stasis at the time that they die. So you're able to confirm that for William, that it is a supernatural, it's like they're frozen in time. And together with all of the info that William brings in, looks like killing them takes them back to where it was. It sort of restarts the clock for them, and that's why the decomposition is at different stages, depending on how long it's been since they were sort of turned into a vampire.
Well, it looks like I was able to rack my brain for some things. Yeah, so it's definitely a supernatural thing that keeps them locked in a sense of stasis from the moment I guess they were turned, I guess would be the word. So yeah, you hit the nail on the head, and he gives William a head pat.
Ella, I want you to give me an intelligence insight check, please.
Okay. Gotta love all these intelligent from a girl.
I'll let you do either intelligence or wits. Take your pick on this one.
Yay! Thank you for having mercy.
Clip that, please. No context either.
Hashtag no context clip.
Yep.
Oh god. Thank you for having mercy. Yes, Reed. Goodness. And it didn't matter, too.
Did your ex ever actually tell you how old she was? You don't remember. And your uncle never told you how old the mark was either.
She's just gonna sit there and...
Get a little bit of odd feeling
She's
in your
just gonna
stomach.
sit...
You might have slept with a grandma.
She's just gonna sit there with a look on her face like she's getting slightly queasy.
Can Nick pick up on that? Because at this point, he's kind of like, he and William are done talking, I'd imagine.
This would have been happening while you guys were sort of talking and the others are
Okay,
listening into
gotcha.
you.
Gotcha.
So-
Okay. Just wanted to check.
Yeah, that's okay.
I need a live specimen.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you
I
don't.
don't have the installation right now, but I mean, it's possible.
No, nope, not possible. No, he doesn't.
Why?
Can we not?
Take it from someone who knows. No, he doesn't.
What? Why do you say that?
Yeah.
You
do you
know
mean?
what?
Are you making these hand signals in game here, Emery?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing it like behind the boys. It's gonna be like,
You know something about this?
I don't know, Ella. Do you?
She's ignoring Emery. About vampires and how dangerous they can be? Yes. And no, he doesn't need a live specimen.
Why?
Well,
Why?
I could say I about got murked by that dude we shot full of bullet holes. So
And so did
Yeah.
the rest of us. Do we really need a live specimen in here?
I mean, I don't know. Like, William, can you make weapons against them? More
How much-
efficient? Or
How much can you? You have experience with a live vampire that's not the one that we just killed. How much can you? How much can you quantify? How much can you explain? How much can you? How? Look at my theories. Take a look at some of this. How much can you? How much can you confirm?
William, have you been drinking too much caffeine and not sleeping again?
he was sleeping, but
I
not
am
me.
sleeping an appropriate amount of time for a researcher of my caliber. Thank you. How much can you confirm?
So barely any at all. Got it. Okay, so this is normal.
Judging by that, yeah.
And other question: why the guy turned into? And I'm going to point at the vials of the remains, and the other stuff, the La Celestina, turned into a fucking goo.
Well, La Celestina was most likely not a vampire in the traditional sense, based on the research that I did. She doesn't quite fit up with most of vampire lore. She seems to be a creature created by some odd mortal who just got a bit of a power complex, some sort of power trip. I'm not entirely certain how it works.
But I think I recall you
Yeah.
said that
La
it
Celestina
was
was weird.
yeah, it was a bloody magic thing stuff. You
Well,
said something like that.
It was a hemophagic entity. It consumed blood,
Yeah,
but that doesn't
like
necessarily
that.
make it a vampire. In the traditional sense, in the way that we would consider like vampires, like Dracula, Nosferatu, those major pop hits. Apparently they exist. Apparently, those are things that exist, and that is scary and concerning and
they can be
confusing.
killed too.
I mean,
Probably
anything
not.
I mean, anything can be killed if you pump it full enough lead, as we proved Exhibit A and points over to the lab. But to
Well,
answer your question, Victor, the other question, it was old as fuck. That's why it ashed.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, I get it.
I was.
And William, can you help us with anything? A new equipment, something to weaken them, maybe with that? What do you need?
Well, I know that fire kills them now. That's a confirmed. That's a confirmed thing.
That's. I'm going to look at Emery. We can provide something like that, right?
of course we can. How old was this one though?
It seems roughly a century, maybe a little bit more old. One of the finger bones was set in a way like it had been broken, but not by modern science that dates it back roughly a year, roughly 100 years ago. I'm not entirely certain on the date. I'd needed to speak to an anthropologist to make certain. I am not an anthropologist myself. However, I feel like speaking to an anthropologist might be a bit of a security breach.
Yeah, it'll raise some red flags.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. That'll raise red flags. And
But it's
I was
dead
still-
now.
You have that now in the Arcanum. I mean,
And also, Dr. Kruger could probably help as well.
I
of
don't.
course.
My research, mine.
Do you want to know? Do you want more help? Or are you just going to try and do this on your own?
I feel like we know William enough to know the answer to that question.
I hate to interrupt. Real quick. Somebody with a better sense of being aware than myself, can y'all go look at my car before we leave tonight to make sure nobody put anything on it?
Why would
Yeah,
somebody
I
put
can,
things on
yeah.
the car?
Sure.
I went to the beach the other night and this strange lady walked up, said it works better if you quit fiddling with it. And then she walked away.
What were you fiddling with?
My necklace. God, get your
Oh,
head out of the gutter,
okay.
Emery. Gee.
Wait, the
Well,
necklace that
not
works
me.
like mine?
Yes.
Stop telling people
That-
shit.
I can check if you want. Not a mechanic.
That would be
but-
appreciated. You don't have to do it right now. I just wanted to bring it up before everybody got busy.
Okay.
I think you were approached by a lady of the night, and you should not speak on this again.
I hate to tell you, I don't do that. So, and I very much know a stripper or a hooker when I see one. I'm
Well,
What
old
did
enough.
she look like then?
I don't know. It was dark. She sat about 15 feet away from me, and I didn't want to freak her out, so I didn't try to get closer because it was me and her alone on a beach.
Wait, you were fiddling with your necklace, right?
Right.
Did you have the power turned on?
Hmm.
She was sitting about 15 feet away from you.
Yes.
Oh,
Ah, fuck.
I need to stop you. How do we know that vampires actually think like humans? Are they actual? I mean, are they a flock or something like that?
Well,
I don't know how to.
They kind of used to.
Vampiric lore usually starts with a human that is transformed into a vampire. We have no reason to believe that that's
But it's a
not the
beast,
case,
right?
especially since it seems like they stall at the time of death. So I think it's most likely the fact that whoever they were at the time of death, they still are as a vampire. I don't know if that's I don't know if,
Yeah, but
if they change at all, but I doubt that they think much differently than we do. They're just
I mean, you saw the house, right? You said it was covered in blood, so it's a beast, right? Something like that.
Yes.
Would Ella's experience from her backstory be able to tell William that is true or not? With her ex?
Her time with her ex, I don't think was spent a lot of talking.
Ooh.
There could have been some talking in there. Come
There
on.
could have been some talking in there. Definitely very human in a lot of ways. You didn't pick up on it?
I didn't pick up on what she was. No.
Nope.
The thing I want to know if we find wine here, in this particular place, do we have to? Do they have more in some way here too? We have to purge that, hand
Well,
that.
I doubt that if there's one, there's not going to be more. Like, here's the thing: La Celestina was a special case. It seemed to be a very specific creature, not related to anything
And
else.
imported
We can't
too.
find it. We can't find it replicated in folklore. However, these creatures, there's many documented cases of people fighting, of people see these things. I have one of the journals you have in there, Nicholas. One of the journals you have in your in the books you brought. There's a documented case of combating one in one of those. There's many different there's multiple cases of people uh, having conflict with these creatures, which implies that there's many more than just the one. We might have stumbled upon something much bigger here, but it may not even be here. Well, you have a documented case of one.
I don't know if they are they like humans, like the Stain group or stuff like that.
Slow down. Slow down. Just slow down.
While all of this crazy is happening, Emery, are you going to go and maybe have a look at Nicholas's car, or what are you doing? Because you seem to be just sitting in the background, just listening to all of this.
Yeah, I'm getting bored of this conversation and the fact that Ella's just like giving out her fucking love life to everybody. Uh, so yeah, I'll go out and check around.
Mm-hmm. You can either do wits or intelligence, and either insight or awareness. I'm happy with any of them.
None of them work. Let's see.
You
here.
do have a specialty that you could possibly... no. Alright, what did you get?
I haven't put it in yet. I'm gonna re-roll that one.
You muted yourself.
Yeah.
It's still saying I can't spend the willpower because it's stuck on that. I don't know how to dismiss it. So I can't re-roll it.
Okay, well, what did you get?
I got 1 because I can't re-roll it.
Okay, how many dice were failures?
2.
Let's re-roll 2 dice. Just do a separate roll.
Okay. Alright, so that would bump it up to 3.
Okay. 3 successes. You go over Nick's car. You don't find anything tracking wise on it at all. It does seem pretty clean and clear. The question I have for you though is, do you feel that with all of this going on, with all of the chaos, do you think Emery would message Dr. Kruger anyway? Or do you think she'd leave
Oh,
it to
100%.
William?
100% she would get that up in there.
Okay, what do you message to her?
I'm gonna message to her. We've got ashes in a bone. About, what was it, a century?
Mm-hmm.
About a century old.
You would get back from Dr. Kruger relatively quickly considering the time of day. Fantastic. Please secure it. I'll come visit soon to collect. Whether or not you share that information with your cell next week is up to you. But for now, we're going to leave you guys with all of this amazing new information, a potential visitor next week. and see what that uncovers. Thank you everybody for watching, and tune in next time.